that there were 47 accounts that accepted customer funds. He used FTX database. Welcome back, guys. Always good to see you. Today, a lot of interesting things happened. Multiple witnesses, including an FBI analyst, a former FTX, Washington, D.C. lobbyist, and even a professor / financial analyst that FTX bankruptcy, the estate, is working with to figure everything out. And a lot more talks about the political donations made. Now, some people get touchy about the political donations, basically arguing against one side versus the other. In essence, they're all crooks. And it's just how this stuff works. They all take donations and they all get rich from these donations. How do these people come out being worth hundreds of millions of dollars? It's getting really heated for Scam Sam. If you missed yesterday's video, check it out because one of the star witnesses for the prosecution was caught lying by Sam's lawyer, Mark Cohen. Completely caught him in a lie, demonstrating that this guy, potentially, along with Gary Wang and Caroline Ellison, potentially are not exactly the most trustworthy. Just putting that out there. I do think that was a win for Sam's team. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get straight into it. Anyways, first witness from the prosecution today was Eleora Katz. She was a former FTX lobbyist out in Washington, D.C., lobbying the government. Anyways, prosecution showing an exhibit asking her, did you expect anyone to look at this? Have you ever seen this document? Apparently the document shown is a tweet. She said yes. She's asked to read this tweet from Sam. Witness saying he's thanking Maxine Waters, which is a politician from California. Now the prosecution is showing Bankman-Fried's testimony to the Agriculture Committee. They asked Ms. Katz, did you ever have any reason when you worked at FTX to think that these statements were false? She said no, that these were issues into which she had no visibility. Really quick, that was it. Now she's cross-examined by Sam's lawyers. Mark Cohen again, by the way. Ms. Katz, your boss at FTX, he was previously a commissioner at the CFTC, is that correct? And that was it. Next witness. Next witness is Peter Easton, financial researcher, consultant working with the FTX bankruptcy estate issue. Prosecution starting right away. Where do you work? Easton saying Notre Dame. He's asked, what is your area of research? He says, penetrating the details of financial statements. This guy likes numbers and detail. He's asked if he's ever published any books. He says, yes, 5 books. Prosecutor saying, I assume these books are not fiction. Asking him, has he ever worked on litigation? He says yes. Enron, Parmalat, and WorldCom. Asked, has anyone helped him on this particular case? He says yes. A litigation assistance firm called Bradle. Asked how much he has billed for his time. He said, in excess of $100,000. Asked by the prosecutor, will you bill for your time at this trial? He says, yes. Always pays to be an expert in something. Then the prosecutor shows a series of exhibits for the jury to see, and then Judge Kaplan is asking the witness Easton, if he could tell the jury what is a hash. Easton replying, they are unique markers on the blockchain. Prosecutor moves in, and they ask, what is fiat currency? The witness responds, the dollar, the pound, the euro, the yen, for example. He says that in his charts, he shows fiat as green. And then he says that cryptocurrency, the blockchain, exists forever, giving examples such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. Prosecution asking straight away, where did the money go? Witness says from FTX to Alameda. This is where it gets very interesting because they have the accounts up. They're obviously seeing this. The jury is also seeing this. Easton says that there were 47 accounts that accepted customer funds and that he chose the top 11. Asked by the prosecutor which investors' funds were transferred to Alameda's North Dimension. Asked how these payments were made, he said it was over Signet. Signet was owned by Signature Bank, which that bank failed. Asked how was the 30% of Skybridge done? What is Skybridge? With the witness Easton saying, Anthony Scaramucci, that the money may have flown from customer funds. May have flown. Objection, speculation, overruled. They explained, the witness saying that not all of the funds, just some of it. Asked about an investment in Dave Corporated dated March 2022, witness Easton saying it's a $100 million stake that Alameda took that was signed by Sam Bankman-Fried. Shown another exhibit, the witness says this flow, this money flow involves Sam Bankman-Fried's entity, Paperbird, to UBS. Prosecution asking, what is the source of the money? He says, customers. Prosecution showing another flow chart, asking the witness, what does it show? Easton says, it shows transfers to Alameda using Prime Trust accounts and also money flow to and from Robinhood. Asked about that, he said it was shares of stock $491 million. Prosecution comes back saying, let's talk about this $1 million from Nishad Singh, using customer funds directed to MTG. MTG being Mind the Gap. Prosecution asking about the funds. Witness Easton saying they're customer funds. Prosecution asking, what about properties? Witness Easton saying in that particular flowchart was showing $96 million worth of real estate, which apparently included the deed of property to scam Sam's parents. Prosecutor asking, have you analyzed the spending out of the allow negative accounts? He said yes. Asked, what about the Binance buybacks? Witness saying that over $1 billion came from the FTX exchange utilizing customer funds. They move on to charts and flowcharts of money showing lenders. Prosecutor asking about customer funds in regards to Celsius, Abra, Maple, Anchorage. Witness Easton saying all of that came from customer funds. Asked if that included BitGo, TrueFi. Easton saying some customer funds in regards to those. And that was it for him. Cross-examination next. Sam's lawyer begins by asking Easton, you said that Modulo Capital was 100% funded with customer funds, but where is it on the chart? That it's at the Circle Internet, that it was exchanged into stablecoins. Sam's lawyer asking, how did you trace that? Easton saying he used FTX database. Sam's lawyer moves on and he says, let's talk about K5, the spreadsheet. Objection, this was not entered into evidence. And sustained because it wasn't entered into evidence. Sam's lawyer says, okay, he's moving on. Sam's lawyer saying, let's turn to Ryan Salame's political donations to GMI PAC. He's asking the witness, why are there different charts? Why are there different windows on your Anthropic chart? Witness Easton saying that he had to go back 2 days and he had to check that out again. Sort of a double check, I guess. Sam's lawyer asking, are you going to present any of that today? Witness saying no. And that was it for Professor Easton. Next witness, the prosecution calls Corey Gaddis of Google records custodian. Asked who he is, the witness says he responds to legal matters, legal processes from government agencies. Prosecutor asking, do you actually check and cross-check to make sure that Google actually provided the documents? He said, yes. Google Workspace. Asked by the prosecutor, can a single person have more than one GAIA ID? It's the ID management system used by all Google products. The witness said, yes, if you have multiple email addresses with Google. Apparently while he's talking, they were showing multiple email addresses linked to Sam. Prosecution says no further questions. Cross-examined by Sam's lawyer now. Sam's lawyer attacking him right away. How much experience do you have with metadata? Gaddis, the witness, saying not much. No further questions. That was it. Now they move on. The prosecutor is trying to introduce some direct messages. They're trying to introduce this to show to the jury, and Sam's lawyers are trying to prevent their jury from seeing them. With Sam's lawyer saying that this is prejudicial, meaning it could bias the jury, and that he thought the person he was messaging was a friend, that they were off the record, that they were off the cuff. And Sam's lawyers saying that Sam meant in the messages that history is written by the winners. That in these messages, Mr. Bankman-Fried was saying of CZ, where Sam is talking about doing unethical in relation with CZ. On top of that, Sam's lawyer is saying that these are musings, personal musings, and that Sam is using the word guilt, but that he's talking about personal guilt, personal feelings of guilt. That's why it's prejudicial. With Sam's lawyer making the argument that prosecutors want to show his messages about regulators to show that his outreach to them, to the regulators, was all a scam. Sam's lawyer making the argument that Sam was actually sincere in these messages and that he was frustrated, and that's why he was using that language. Prosecutor chiming in that there are admissions by Sam, and they argue that Sam thinking these were private is probative, meaning that this could be of being able to prove something. Okay, so they finished arguing about that. This is an investigator with the U.S. Attorney's Office named Chanel Medrano. Prosecutor asking, Alameda changed its name to Clifton Bay, also to Goodman Investments. What are these? They have an evidence exhibit up, and they're asking Medrano what these are. Witness saying these are Twitter direct messages between Sam Bankman. They show something else, ask what that was. Witness saying that's a Silvergate due diligence form by Sam Bankman. They show another exhibit. They ask the witness what the DM says, with the witness saying that the message reads, we bought out Binance's stake in FTX. Prosecutor asking who posted this tweet. Witness saying that Shaquille O'Neal posted the tweet. Asked who that was, they answer former basketball player. They show a picture exhibit of Shaq and SBF, with the witness saying that's who they are. Prosecutor asking about a message that reads, "Do you see Mr. Ballenswig saying, 'hit me in 5'?" Witness says yes. He's asked, and this message is from Frank Chaparro, with Medrano, the witness, saying that the defendant says he's going to stop lobbying. Interesting there. So apparently there was a lot of information in these exhibits, with SBF even liking pro-FTX tweets. Prosecutor asking about a certain message about Philip Morris and unethical. Asking the witness, what did SBF reply? Medrano, the witness investigator from the U.S. Attorney's Office, replies and reads the famous line, "On all of this dumb that we woke Westerners say." Prosecutor asking, what did Sam DM on November the 16th? Medrano, the witness, says that they are all gone, that Gary's scared and Nishat is ashamed and feeling guilty. Prosecutor saying, and when Sam was asked about lobbying for regulations, Medrano, the witness, said, SBF replied, regulators. Prosecutor saying that SBF wrote that he didn't mean for all of this to be on the record. Witness saying yes. Prosecutor asking, what is Vox? Witness saying he's not sure. Interesting there. So then he's done being asked questions by the prosecutor. Now cross-examination. Sam's lawyer comes in asking if he's an investigator for the U.S. Attorney's Office. He replies, yes. Sam's lawyer saying, you don't know the context of the messages, do you? Witness replying, I only know what I read. No further questions. Next witness, Paige Owens. She's a financial forensic analyst working with the FBI. Prosecution starting right away. Good afternoon, where do you work? They reply that they work at the FBI and that prior they worked at Price Waterhouse as a CPA, as an accountant. Prosecutor saying, let's look at these Alameda and North Dimension accounts. So Alameda's North Dimension account, a bank account, was via Silvergate. Okay, so the prosecutors, they put up an exhibit showing money flow charts, depicting money flow from Alameda to Guarding Against Pandemics, the nonprofit that Sam's brother was running, also to the House Majority PAC and Protect Our Future PAC, and Building a Stronger Future Incorporated, GMI PAC, just all these PACs and nonprofits. Asked about the exhibit, the witness says $6 million went from Sam's Prime Trust account to the House Majority PAC. Prosecution asking, where did the money come from? Paige Owens, the witness, says that it came from Alameda's Silvergate account via Scam Sam's signature bank account. Also that money going to One Nation and to Majority Forward, other PACs or nonprofits, I'm guessing. FBI analyst witness saying that FTX gave money to Nishat Singh, who turned around, gave that money to LGBTQ Victory Fund, Senate Majority PAC, and the Iowa Democratic Party. Shown more exhibits and money flow charts. Prosecution asking what this is. Witness saying this one is going from Alameda Silvergate account to various other accounts. For example, Friends of Mark Warner, Ryan Salome to Republican Governors Association. Prosecution ending their questions right there. Okay, so I wonder how the heck Sam's lawyers are going to try to spin this whole thing. Not looking so good. Okay, so Sam's lawyer brings up one of the exhibits, asking if the FBI analyst used FIFO, with the answer being yes, first in, first out. And that was it. So all of these organizations basically take money in and then they focus on trying to get certain people elected into political offices and of course to push whatever cause is funding them the most. As Woody Allen said in one of his movies, I think it was Annie Hall, I can't remember, he said a politician, that's a notch below Lester. I think he was pretty spot on. Also kind of ironic for Woody Allen to be saying that. Tells you a lot there. How do these people come out being worth hundreds of millions of dollars on both sides? That tells you something. Judge Kaplan had a word with the prosecutors and Sam's team saying tomorrow they're going to have a couple of witnesses, not too long, and after tomorrow they're going to rest until next Thursday. Gonna have some days off. So I am looking forward to what the heck Sam's defense team is gonna come up with, because it better be good. There's no way that they're just thinking they're gonna get away with it. There's no way. All right guys, well that's it for this one. Thanks so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to smash the like if you haven't. Also subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.